The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
NEC Remit. Send money online to India. Credit in seconds with great rates. Download NEC Remit app now.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain. With over a decade of existence in Bahrain, exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com. Since 2006, Magnum Imprint have been offering high standards of quality with our professional team that delivers all your advertising and promotional requirements efficiently and promptly. For more details, please contact 39887088 or 33856330 or 33542530.
In style with grace woven into the fabric of Bahrain's community, the oldest expat of the GCC, the Indian Ladies Association. ILA, as the association is widely known, founded by the late Leela Jashanmal and a few enterprising women in 1956, has over the years evolved into a support system for citizens and residents alike, living true to its motto, service before self. An organization under the umbrella of the Indian Embassy, ILA has the Indian Ambassador's wife as its patron. The elegant and enterprising women at the helm of the ILA, the Executive Committee, has never spared any effort in showcasing India at its best in the foreign land, be it in volunteering, fundraising, charity drive, or aesthetics. Through its flagship program SNEHA, catering aid to special needs children, community outreach initiatives, supporting garment campaigns, organizing events for workers and house helps, fun and entertainment programs, women empowerment, beauty, health and hygiene projects, ILA is ever active and live on the social front of the kingdom. A new team has assumed office at the ILA recently, which envisages to steer forward its activities through rediscovering to grow together. Tonight, we have a 3-member panel from Team ILA 2022 to share with us on their way forward. Honorary President Shipra Dhir Passi, SNEHA Coordinator Sushmita Vishwakoti, and Workers' Welfare Coordinator Suchita Mandhana joining us on Success Statements from BMC Global Live, a show that features people who make a difference. What can women do? Let me change the question like this. What should women do? And I would want to repeat the oft-quoted statement in response. When women support each other, incredible things happen. Yes, women should support each other. A vibrant lot living true to this concept of what women should do. The Indian Ladies Association. Tonight with us on this holy month, Ramadan Kareem to all of you, we have 3 beautiful women decking the studios of BMC Global Live from Team 2022 ILA. Let me take the pleasure to introduce them to you. The Honorary President, Shipra Dhir Passi. Welcome. SNEHA Coordinator, Mrs. Vishwakoti.
Thank you.
Sushmita Vishwakoti. And Workers' Welfare Coordinator, Suchita Mandhana. Welcome all 3 of you to the show. Thank you for joining us on this evening. So we are here to hear from you. I've had the honor of having the previous committee heads along with the current patron, Mrs. Monica Srivastava, where we heard from them about the pandemic times in ILA. Now it's totally a different time, almost like how we used to be before. Recently you had gathered over your Gabga, one of the very earlier initiatives post-COVID, isn't it? It's nice to be back, seeing each other, greeting each other. And the new team definitely has a lot to share as to the way forward, what's in store 2022, etc., etc. Let me begin with you, Shipra, steering the ship forward. You have a theme, a beautiful theme, to together grow, isn't it? And you also have a phrase, a word in there, rediscover.
Absolutely.
Let's begin on that note. What is ILA aiming to rediscover in 2022?
Sure. Thank you so much, first of all. Thank you for having us here and my team. So this year, rediscovering the legacy of ILA is one of our major areas of focus. And why rediscover? Because initially, ILA was started with core social service projects. Slowly, it turned into other events, and the image of ILA was limited to an extent to ILA Dandiya, for which it was known more. There are so many community outreach programs. SNEHA recreation volunteers and teachers and coordinators work so hard in developing these special needs kids. So there was the glamour of, I'll say, Dandiya was overshadowing these things. And when I was not a member of ILA, even I didn't know about so many things that ILA does. Okay. And I think in pandemic, it further went down because everybody was confined, not much events were happening, and even Dandiya did not happen. So, it was like out of sight, out of mind kind of a situation, but we were working. ILA was constantly on, even during pandemic, SNEHA Recreation Center was also conducting classes online when every other facility for special needs kids on island was not working. We are very proud to say that the passion and dedication of the teachers was incredible. So this year what we plan is that using a very strong PR strategy, we want to revive the legacy of ILA about its social services, its outreach, its community outreach programs, and not just that, but also the inclusiveness which ILA has been demonstrating over so many years with, welcoming members of all nationalities. A lot of people think Indian Ladies Association is only about Indian ladies. Maybe they're just their get-togethers or, putting fancy pictures and having dinners, all those things. But it's much more. That's just one part. Maybe once a month we do that to bond our new members and old members together. But rest of the time we are all working. And like I said, we have to rediscover that because if we don't, last 2 years because of pandemic, there was hardly any events happening, so hardly any donations or sponsorships, but we were still incurring our operational costs. And there is a dire need to get the attention back to our social service projects, which needs to be supported along with SNEHA Recreation Center. And that's why this PR strategy of rediscovering the legacy of ILA.
Right, thanks for explaining that. And Shipra, I must say, the past 2 presidents of ILA echoed similar views about the ILA image limiting to Dandiya. I'm glad that you women recognized the need to be known, and the pandemic indeed gave you an opportunity for sure to showcase those many things that you're doing, and I'm glad that you have a strategy moving forward. And I'm very much surprised to have with you 2 members who are not at all new. Though the faces are new, Suchita is a friend from long time, personally. We worked together, a short stint of working together when she was a teacher. Well, Sushmita is new to me. But then I know that you have been the coordinator for SNEHA for 12 long years, isn't it, or more?
I am in SNEHA from 2012. That's the Silver Jubilee year of SNEHA,
okay.
The year that I joined SNEHA. And then I've been coordinator. This is my 4th time being the coordinator.
Yes, yeah.
So I've worked with very senior volunteers and senior coordinators, and now I'm working with 2 very new coordinators. So I have fellow coordinators, 2 of my coordinators. They're very, very new to SNEHA and ILA. One is Ms. Pia Banerjee and one is Julie Bhatia.
Okay.
So it's a fresh team, but I'm very happy. They are very enthusiastic, and it's a good team, and I'm looking forward to working and doing more work throughout
yes.
this year.
Other than the Dandiya, the next thing that we all knew about, I would say new, now we know that there are many things that you all are doing, knew about was SNEHA for sure. And trust me, the 3rd pillar that I knew was the Speakeasy program. Okay. These 3 had its own identity, or it made its, and I think workers' welfare, brilliant choice, Shipra, to bring along for this show.
Thank you.
Suchita, you have been heading this committee for 12 years. I got...
not 12 years exactly, but since last 5-6 years, yeah. I've been doing that.
But you have been on board ILA
on
for
board
a while,
ILA,
isn't
yes,
it? And I think you
time.
had been its vice president, its secretary,
right?
Various positions.
Yes, various
and
positions.
Why did you take to workers' welfare continuously?
I wanted to work to do something related to the social cause actually, where we can go to the ground level and see the difficulties which the workers are facing, and we can help them out in whichever way we can. We saw people living in very bad conditions, and then we try to give them, like, they are not having, previously we used to have cooked food, so give them a family feel, like they are away from their home since many years. So once a month we used to have our members contributing towards it, and we used to cook and used to give them an elaborate meal, like a 10 items in that, and all those things we were doing. Then the pandemic came, and then situations was like give more of dry ration.
Okay.
So we started that, and then we thought of it, okay, it's not only ration, they need some hygiene kits as well. So moved on to that. And wherever we go, we just tell them, like, if they are facing any problems, and try to educate them that they should not think they are alone here. They can contact us. Then we can put them through the embassy. so that whatever their problems, if they can be solved, we'll try to do that. In between, a few times we have donated them, if somebody's sick, child is sick and back home they need the money. So there have been occasions, a few of them, where we have given them chunk of money also like that, the labours.
Interesting. Coming back to SNEHA. SNEHA is a very special project, isn't it? The core of ILA, I would say. And you yourself is an example who is really closely associated. Many of the SNEHA coordinators, they stay with SNEHA. And tell me about the pandemic times. How did SNEHA flow through it?
To begin off, it was a decision that we had to take, knowing we didn't know whether it's going to work or not. First of all, our kids are not into digital gadgets.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So we didn't know how it will work. And secondly, for them to sit and work, we needed the support of the parents. So if they are not there, then these kids cannot do it by themselves. So we decided, let's give it a try for a couple of months and see whether it's going to work or not. And then let's take it forward from there. And when we started, initially we did have hiccups of, network issues. That's also there even now. But, they didn't know how to log in. Sometimes the kids are not sitting. So many problems were there. But slowly, somehow the kids were so excited to see us, the volunteers and the teachers, and with the help of the parent support, we were able to, we thought, yes, we can do this. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. It's possible. And then we first started with just a 1 hour session. We just did 9 to 10. Then we said it's working very well, so let's extend it. So then we started with 9 to 11. And we could make the children sit individually with a teacher or a volunteer and do the work, whatever. The work could be art, work could be functional numeracy, functional literacy, the music, art and craft, anything. We were able to do it. We even extended to that extent that we could bring ballet. We have a Bahrain Ballet Center who have been involved with us for last almost 3 to 4 years. They have been involved with us, and they come once a week, once a month or twice a month and teach our kids. And then we thought, let's do it online also. So we went ahead with the ballet. Then we started doing the cooking.
I remember that.
Cooking work also we started, and it was amazing to see how the kids were enthusiastic and they wanted to do it, and the parents used to tell us that, morning when they wake up, they want to get in, they want to, it's not like, they are crying. Yes, we do have some children who have little bit of an issue sitting, but so because of that, I think couple of children, not couple, I think 4 or 5 could not do it online, either they were finding difficult to sit, the parents were finding it difficult, but majority of the children, throughout we had around 12 to 14 kids on a daily basis who would come and sit with us. 20 minutes we give each session, 20 minutes. So we wanted them to have a variety, seeing just one face throughout 1 hour, and to us it's not easy, even it's not easy for us also. Right. So we planned 20 minutes we take turns, first 20 minutes one volunteer or a teacher goes and works with the child, and then it move on to the, so it was difficult, but somehow it went on so well, and we could actually see the progress in the child, See, there is of course the advantage of being offline and being with the children. They get so many other advantages of social interaction and seeing their peer circle, peer group, and meeting people face to face is different. But one advantage with this thing was that individual attention helped them to really work and improve so much. They're sitting in one place for 1 hour. Mostly it is 1 hour. We change. First 1 hour we give to few kids, and the second 1 hour we because 2 hours sitting at one place for a child is difficult. So we gave 1 hour break, and 20 minutes, and they really improved a lot. They really improved with their whatever activity they were, be it their art, be it anything that we were teaching them, they were able to grasp, and the parents.
How many children are there now, right now?
Now we have totally around 17 kids.
And how many coordinators or volunteers?
3 coordinators, and we have online volunteers who are working online. We have around 10 volunteers, 9 to 10. Offline volunteers, they are still waiting for us to go offline. They are just behind us. Please start. Some could not join online for whatsoever reason. You know, they are not comfortable with the
technology,
technology, or how to make the child sit just by talking and doing things. So some didn't join, but it did work very well. 7 out of 17 children, I think 12 children on a regular basis came online, 12 to 14. We had a couple of our old children, SNEHA kids, who had gone to India, and we did.
Okay, they could also join. Yeah, thanks. One of the blessings
of technology.
So we had 2 or 3 children who would do from India, and even with the time difference and all, they could manage because they wanted to do it. They wanted to, and we wanted to do it, and we were all, at the end of the day, it's a satisfaction that we get. Seeing a smile on the child.
Right. That's a beautiful start to a beautiful evening conversation. On that note, let's take a short break on success statements. Welcome back to Success Statements from BMC Global Live, and with me this evening is Team Island. Suchita, let's hear more about the president. Bear with me, we'll come back to you.
No, that's okay.
Let's come back to the welfare programs. Of course, you said that reaching out to the needy, all that.
Right.
But tell us a little more about the speakeasy, because I think that also has been a very long ongoing project, right?
Yeah, it is also for making proficient, just learning them speak easy, like English, how they can speak, and which will help them in their jobs. So it was started by ILA. It was the idea of 2 of our ILA members. They have left Bahrain, but it was their idea. And we have teachers and guest speakers coming in, and twice a week they have their classes. So we'll be having a program starting up again for this year as well. And the workers are charged very minimum, the low income group people. The target is low income group, so they can be proficient and they feel confident about their job. Basically to build in the confidence, and they can speak little bit of English with it.
So again, these are supported by volunteers, right?
Supported by volunteers, yes. We have the coordinators for Speakeasy as well. So they take charge of it, and we have teachers who will come in. One of our coordinators, Swasti, she herself is a teacher as well there.
Good friend of mine,
yes.
A beautiful friend of mine.
And she's
Swasti, if you're watching us, love you. She's such a sweet person.
So she's the one who is the coordinator as well as a teacher there, and she makes the classes very interesting.
I know.
And all for them. So that is how it is carried out. So generally we have it on a Friday because it's off for them, and one of the other days. And a very nominal fees is charged to them so that they show their commitment towards it.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that they come in, and
so how many batches do you run?
It depends. Sometimes we have 2 batches. 2 batches are there. So we do it, we start somewhere around in the month of May or like that, and it's a 2 months course.
2 months course. And who can register? What's the criteria?
The ones who know little bit of English. Like they can register, and they are belonging to low income group, like drivers or in their jobs, the small, blue collar jobs basically.
Okay.
All those people can register. So we had it online last year. We conducted it online, and after that they are given the proficiency certificate as well.
Also.
A valedictory function is held for them. So that gives them a feeling of, yes, we have done something.
I've had the privilege of attending one of it,
Right.
And I heard the the participants speaking.
Yes.
So very emotional about
Yes.
it, you know.
I remember once me and Swasti, we were both going, and one of the person who did it from ILA, he recognized Swasti and was so grateful to Swasti, saying that, oh, I have really been benefited from this course, so that, and I've become very confident, all those things.
Beautiful.
So it gives a pleasure to us and a satisfaction at the
Great.
same time.
Yeah. So coming to you, Shipra, my question to you now is, we heard the two coordinators speaking about two of the many projects that ILA is handling, and we heard this word volunteer, 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 isn't it? And it looks like a full-time job. How many members do you have on board ILA?
So currently we have 140 ILA members who are active. There are many who are not active because of certain reasons. They're traveling or whatever reasons. But currently 140 our members are active. And if I say including coordinators and volunteers, we have about 65 ILA members who I will call my 2020-22 team.
Okay.
Because they are in various subcommittees,
Right,
they are volunteers.
I was about to come to that. Like, what are the other projects that you have? Of course, the Workers' Welfare, SNEHA. What are the other projects that you have?
So, see, the other projects I will say that are community outreach programs are, one is women empowerment. Women empowerment, I've spoken before also on this platform about it, very close to my heart and very misunderstood. It's not about telling people that you can do, or women, you can do this, or you're allowed to do this. It's about giving them opportunities and direction so that they realize their power and then they apply it. So it was started in 2020 by our ex-President Dhir. I was the first coordinator of Women Empowerment Subcommittee. We started with literacy on financial independence. That was our first. And the second was we were empowering women by knowledge sharing knowledge about domestic violence had gone very high. Divorce cases had gone very high during pandemic, up to 50% it went high. So there was a dire need to address that topic during 2020 second half. So that was what we did. And then last year again we had something called Dare to Dream, where we had acid attack survivors all over the world, which we brought in, and they spoke. And their stories of courage, inspired and motivated all the attendees of the webinar. And this year, moving forward, I am bringing focus of not only just workers' welfare, but women empowerment towards the women low-income group this year. This was also highlighted in the article recently during Ramadan, when you said that these domestic helps, they don't get as much rest. And my few words were also there.
Indeed.
So that also made me think more and innovate on ideas on how to bring attention to the house helps. Not those who live in house helps, but those who are on free visa or are working. They are a huge workforce that is not reached to by associations, because everybody goes to labor camps. And mostly men are there. And these women, they are surviving on their own without any organized manager to go to with their problems. And they always feel scared with going and complaining to somebody, because they think that they don't have anybody to hear them. So this year we are planning, we're not just planning, in fact we have done 2-3 events already with house helps. Iftar distribution, which was very well covered by radio also, and empowering them with legal help is something is coming on. Then giving them free workshops and consultations on women hygiene is planned in the month of May on the Women's Health Day. And then distribution of hygiene kits, personal hygiene, women hygiene workshops, oral dental kits and workshops and such events. And then I want to build this confidence in them that they are more than just house helps. They are more than that. My vision is far away, from just giving them information or giving them help or giving them guidance. It's about developing that confidence that they can do so much more. Just to give you a small example, this iftar distribution when we did last Friday, one of the housemaids is an extremely beautiful singer, and before distribution of iftar, she sang a song in her regional language for Jesus Christ, and the smile that came over on the faces of those 50 housemaids was, and the confidence. And they said, Madam, next time I will also do. You know, give me also a chance. I was like, yes, this is what I want. You know, even if it's, you know, they are away from their families, they're bringing, you know, I mean, we know that we cannot survive without our housemates. We are here because we know the work has been taken care at home. Yes. We are able to do more in life, whether we are working or whether we are in honorary voluntary work. You know, we are at peace because we know they are taking care of it. And they have left their own kids and family and come here. So it is a way of making them feel empowered and inclusive and build up their confidence. So this year, my Women Empowerment Subcommittee, I'm trying to bring their focus on these issues like legal matters, street harassment, which is, they're very shy to talk about. That is something we will be addressing soon. Then, you know, the labor issues and the legal help, that will be brought to them. There are cases when, they, you know, they are all misinformed and then exploited a lot of times. And they don't know where to go. So these are the few issues that the Women Empowerment will be addressing to this year as well. So this is Women Empowerment. Then we have Beauty and Health. Beauty and Health sounds very glamorous, but it's not just about beauty, it's internal and external beauty. So we have two very qualified coordinators this year, Dr. Teji, she's a nutritionist, she's a PhD, and Nilanjana Bhagbat, she's a very well-known yogini and author of yoga, and she's a yoga instructor as well. So we are bringing up programs to, for the members, non-members, everybody in fact, so that their internal and external beauty both is, you know, improves in the form of various events that could be related to nutrition, it could be related to yoga, it could be related to fitness, emotional health, a lot of other things. Then we have community service. Community service is a coordinator's focus on areas like reaching old age homes, orphanages, trying to get them supplies which is in demand, which they require, and trying to do something different for this society, which is other than the workers' welfare and the house health thing and all that. For those who are a very huge part of the society, but probably out of sight. So bringing the attention to them. So that's what community service is there. And like Speakeasy is there. This year, my vision for Speakeasy is not just having these English-speaking courses for the low-income group. Usually men come on. Last year we had a lot of query. There were women who have recently moved probably to Bahrain, and they want to develop their English-speaking skills because they want to apply for jobs, but they are not from that low-income strata. So they were not comfortable joining this year. So we thought of it, we brainstormed it with our coordinators in subcommittee meetings and said, why not? Why not? We can probably charge a little bit more from them. That money can be used for our child opportunity, because they don't want to spend like 100 dinars a month, right? But they're okay to spend maybe 20, 25 dinars a month, and they want to get that proficiency certificate and get that confidence of speaking. And most of those queries came from women. You know, they're saying that we are not able to work because we are not confident about the speaking, and they can speak their probably regional languages and they understand a little bit of English, but they are not confident. So this is one vision for the Speakeasy this year as well. Yeah, I think that's,
I know you have a lot more on the list.
I can go on.
we have
Share Your Skills. Share Your Skills team is working on highlighting and grooming the various skills that our not only members but we have in the society as well. So this year we plan a skills fair. That's something which is
Sorry to cut you, I'm impressed, but we need to get back after a shot because you need some water.
Okay, sure.
Association with us this evening. Let's take a water break and come back.
I needed that.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
NEC Remit. Send money online to India. Credit in seconds with great rates. Download NEC Remit app now.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain. With over a decade of existence in Bahrain, exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845 3909 4806 3885 2397 or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com.
Welcome back to BMC Studios, where we have three lovely women from the Indian Ladies Association on the segment of success statements, people who make a difference. Yeah, I must come back to Shipra because we gave you a water break to complete the list of projects that you have for the year. Please continue.
Yes, so there are two other more subcommittees. One is Share Your Skill and Youth.
Share Your Skill.
Share Your Skill. So Share Your Skill gives a platform to everybody to share their skills and talents. It's members and non-members both.
Okay.
So what, like I said, you know, we are innovating, we are spreading our wings and we want people to know more about ILA. So restricting it only to members is something that, you know, you're closing doors on outsiders, which we don't want. We are very inclusive and this is the message we want to give.
Okay.
We do charge a little bit extra from non-members, but it gives a chance for them to have a feel of what ILA can do or ILA does.
Let me interrupt you there, Shipra. You just said that word, inclusive. You emphasized on it, isn't it? So have you ever felt that people had a feeling that ILA is not inclusive or it's limited to the elite? Okay, let me put this blunt question to you. Can a household help join or be a member of the ILA? Is it affordable to her?
See, absolutely it's affordable. There are no rules that say that she cannot join.
What is the membership fee?
It's 25 BD
annual
as joining.
Okay, joining.
And renewal is 20 dinars.
Okay. Renewal how often?
Once a year.
Once a year, okay.
So it's quite... There's no rule that says a house help cannot or
What's the criteria?
There is no criteria. You just have to be a
woman. Okay.
Even a non-Indian can become an associate member.
Yeah, interesting. I wanted to check.
So there are certain, Constitution has certain rights and benefits that are there to members in those to the associates. The only thing is that the associate member cannot have a right to vote in the general body meetings, in the AGM. Other than that, they enjoy all the responsibilities and the privileges of being a member. Like just for giving an example, from last year when I was GS, I had rolled out this small collaboration and privileges card. This is called ILA membership ID card, you know, which if you display that with your CPR, they get certain benefits like discounts at health centers or, you know, or at salons or at restaurants and all that. So if a housemaid, you know, she's spending 20 dinars for renewal and she just uses it maybe 2 or 3 times, she gets the value back.
Okay.
So to work or function. It's about getting them together. It's like you get the whole crowd together, and that's what I say when I say I grow together. We rediscover, we innovate with new ideas, roll out plans. and then we grow together as an organization, as a women's
Interesting.
association.
You're new to ILA. Let me get back to Suchita. She's been here for a while. This is interesting, but why do you think it is still limited to the elite when this opportunity is out there? Where is the reaching out lacking, Suchita?
I think so that people don't know about it, that we can join, because always the ones who are not in that elite group, they don't have that confidence to come forward and join. So since this year Shipra is saying that she's going to come out and reach out to them, so maybe next year or by after a few months we may have such members as well. And another thing which I would like to tell you is that 25 dinar is the initial amount which they are paying as a annual day. They don't have to pay anything. Though our other programs, we do charge them at a discounted price. But for ILA annual day, which we hold in any of the 5 stars, and there they can come and enjoy, and so that covers the cost what they have given it as a membership fees, along with the discounts offered as an ILA member.
Let's hope to see the team ILA being more and more inclusive, so that the common women out there would enjoy the luxuries on the ILA general annual day, as you said. Very hopeful, very, very positive. Let me come to you, Sushmita, SNEHA again, I'll only be able to, looking at you, I want to ask you about SNEHA. SNEHA demands a lot of volunteers, isn't it? And there are many people out there so passionate about this volunteering for needs like this. Do you think being more inclusive will get in more volunteers? Do you need more volunteers?
And whenever we in need of volunteers, we always go to the president and we tell her to circulate a mail amongst the members. And many a times members do come forward. So some people still have some kind of hiccups to come to SNEHA as a volunteer. Basically, they think they may not be able to handle the kids, they may not be able to, whatever reason they have. But in general, we do have enough volunteers. Always, we are usually 25 volunteers we always have. And 25 volunteers is more than enough to run
And
SNEHA.
is there any criteria for these volunteers, or anybody can be a volunteer?
Anybody can be a volunteer, but they need to have communicating skills. They just, the basic English, we do have talk to the kids in a different language, but only when it is required. Like if a child absolutely is not able to understand English and we want India, Pakistan, Philippines, Sri Lanka, and Bangladesh and Bahrain.
Okay, great.
We have had kids from 5-6 countries.
But then you don't need that training for special need. You don't mandate
No,
that,
we
right?
don't need exclusive training for a special need, how to deal with a special needs.
But that's
kid.
desirous. If it's there, well and good.
Yeah, if it's there, it's well and good. For example, I have done my master's in psychology, so I had little bit of knowledge about how to do things when it comes to the special needs children. But it's not necessary that you need to have.
What is your vision for SNEHA?
Can I just add
please.
to that? So there is no requirement to become a volunteer, but once a volunteer comes in and she wants to contribute her time, they are supposed to shadow the child for at least 1 month with a previously trained volunteer or a teacher. And that is how they learn about the child. So it's not just that somebody can come in and then start working for that. And of course, like she said, basic communication skill and that dedication and commitment, to give, SNEHA runs 5 days a week. And some volunteers are, required to do 1 hour. Sometimes they are also required to do 2 hours. So if it is, they should have that kind of a dedication that if I'm called, I have to go. And that's why we have the motto of ILA as service before self.
Service before self.
And also we do conduct workshops also for volunteers. We have 2 teachers who are a special one is a special educator at the moment what we have, and another one is a behavioral therapist. So we do give workshops to the volunteers once in a while to make them understand how to deal with children. We have different kinds of children. We have intellectual disability, we have developmental delay, we have Down syndrome. So the teachers will give a workshop to the volunteers to deal differently with different kinds of children. Before they join, we also give an orientation to them. So they're telling them the basic things of how to go about with the volunteer work. And it's like we give them one or 2 months time, and if they're not able to adjust, at times, it rarely happens.
Very rare. Okay.
Very rarely, but at times it has happened wherein after a month the volunteer says, I'm not able to do it.
I had this question for you. What is your vision for SNEHA? You've been there for 4 years now. It's very close to your heart.
Very close to my heart. And my wish for SNEHA is for it to expand even more. Like we have a limitation on numbers, like we can take only 20 children at the moment. Mainly because of the limitations that we have. Like we are in an apartment where it's a small apartment and we cannot have
more than that.
I would love to see, because not during the pandemic, of course the number of waitlist children have reduced, but before that we always had at least 5 to suppose we cannot take them because we are full. We cannot take more than 20. So I want to see at least expand it to 25.
Beautiful.
From 20 to 25. And also it's wishful thinking, but I would love to see SNEHA go into a villa where our kids can have a garden and a place for outdoor activities to freshen up. We do some kind of a morning walk. We do morning walks within the apartment, sometimes just outside the apartment. But we would love to move into a villa where we could give this facility to the children, teach them gardening, basic.
These are very genuine, it's not a wishful thinking, it's a very genuine wish, and SNEHA really deserves it, and let's hope that it happens. All the very best to SNEHA, Team SNEHA and Team ILA. Now that brings me to my yet another question. Where do the funds come from to run? Use contributions, the 25 dinars per members. I'm sure that's not enough for ILA to run the show.
Absolutely not. So it's a very important question because a lot of people misunderstand that since
SNEHA is a free service, right?
Completely free. We don't charge for anything, even starting from uniforms to the transport. There are at times we do even sponsor for their therapies and stuff.
Great.
We help them to connect to the right people, and also we help them with finance also. So we don't charge anything from them. We don't
let's hear
take
from
a single,
Madam President as to what she
fills from them.
So we'll hear from Madam President what she has in her mind. And
so that's a very important question, and I'm glad that you asked this question because a lot of people I meet, they think, oh, it is registered under Ministry of Labour and Social Development, so ministry must be supporting the funds. There are so many associations. I mean, we cannot expect ministry because clarify that to people that it's not a government entity and it is an independent association which is registered under Ministry of Social and Labour Development. And then second thing is that they need to understand that the events that we do at ILA, the sole purpose of it is not entertainment but to raise funds. Those funds that are raised, they go to a separate bank account for SNEHA only, and the expenses of SNEHA are taken from that account only. Those funds cannot be used by rule by a ministry. They cannot be used for any other purposes. Yes. Like if we have, we have about 1,500 per month expense for SNEHA running, whether it's teacher salary, we have rent, we have EVA, we have uniforms, we have transportation charges, we have 2 helpers, 1 cleaner. All those things, the attendance, and sometimes we have these outdoor trips, we need some extra money for that. So these expenses that are raised specially for go into a specific account by law, and it has to be used for SNEHA. It's an auditing requirement as well. ILA being registered in the Ministry of Social and Labour Development has its accounts audited by external auditors. These are passed by the general body and then they are approved by the ministry every year. So there is no way that these funds can be misappropriated anyway. Now where do these funds come from? One is events that we do. We do an annual fundraiser, which usually do in late October or November, which is a big event. We sometimes get a Bollywood celebrity or some performers, and it's a fundraiser event. So, you know, the ticket charges are not like 4-5 dinars, they're like 25-30 BD, and then we raise funds out of it. The idea is not to show the glamorized part of ILA, the idea is to raise funds. So that's one. Then the second thing is donations. We have very generous members, you know, who donate for workers' welfare and also for SNEHA whenever there is a requirement. And there are angel donors, they don't want their names anyways, but they want to donate. There is a limitation to where we can get funds from. We can't get funds from anywhere outside India in any other currency. Oh, sorry, in Bahrain. Outside Bahrain, we can't get funds. As an exception, if there is a big amount, you know, we need a special permission from the ministry, and then we have to get it approved, and then only the funds can come in. So that's the only source of funds, you know, for ILA. There are no other sources of funds. So that answers your question, I think, that where the funds come from. It's not from the government, I'll tell you that.
Good, you clarify. Yes, please, Suchita.
We approach companies as well to donate for SNEHA, and when we have the fundraiser, we'll ask them to give us the banners and things like that, or put up their kiosks during the fundraiser, and we collect small amounts from them. A small amount is also big enough for us.
Because, it's all those small things that make.
So that is what happens.
Suchita, what is your vision for your subcommittee? With the
actually, I would like to come back to that annual Workers' Day we used to have. We used to have it about for 2,000 workers, different camps we used to contact, different house helps and things like that, so that we give them a full entertainment for about 2 to 3 hours, treating them like special guests, looking into their seatings and everything tip-top for them, right? Playing games with them and asking them also to showcase their talent. Usually we have it when the weather is a little cooler in Bahrain, so November, December time. So I hope this year we are able to do it with the help of the sponsors, definitely. The companies, we'll be approaching the companies, and I hope they come forward to donate. And some of the companies previously, they've donated the air tickets, and they have donated TV, and also that smile which brings to the face of the workers at that time. Even a smallest prize which they get, like a calling card also, they feel happy about it. So,
sure, which makes the difference, isn't it? It's
making them special, that is what it is.
On that note, I would like to add for SNEHA and workers' welfare this year. Of course, the vision for the kids and SNEHA Recreation Center is what I think it's a dream for all the volunteers since many years to have a villa. But for SNEHA kids, you know, I want to give a vision to the teachers, coordinators, the kids and their parents as well. We started, as soon as, you know, I was inducted, the first thing we did was a counseling session for the parents from an international speaker was conducted to make them understand that how they should handle their kids and how blessed they are to have these kids and how to handle the stress. What came out of this counseling session was really interesting, and it gave a vision to all of us. The counselor said that each child is special, means he has a speciality in it. These children, they like to do one thing and they become an expert. So let them do that. They might be very good at singing. One person might be very good at painting. So we discovered that there is a child who So that gave me this idea that why not approach health ministry, education ministry, sports ministry, and get attention to these, to get them a very specific training so that we groom these kids and they have a vision to reach at certain levels. Like, you know, the top chef of Australia is a special needs person, you know. They can reach that level. And when, even if one child is shining out of SNEHA, you know, it will give that encouragement, motivation to not only just the parents, the teachers, the coordinators, you know, the volunteers, that, okay, our kid is reaching somewhere. You know, they will think that their all efforts have been very fruitful. So that's one. Second thing is kids, you know, get some financial independence. Once they are 18, they have to leave SNEHA because of the regulations. But once they cross 18, they are not SNEHA student anymore. I want them to get some financial independence in the form of a job. They would be good at stacking. They can get a job at a grocery store. So I'm trying to, there are two kids. They have been working with SNEHA. They have been associated with SNEHA as helpers. We used to pay them like nominal amount so that they have that dignity of labor.
Yes.
So these are two things which I feel on the long term should be like a vision which I want to achieve. If we can even start one step, one child getting a focused training in that specialty, it would be great. And for the workers' welfare, we started off with now Eid is coming, and I really wanted to do something to make these workers and labor camps felt inclusive. Unfortunately, in 2020, when the pandemic happened, labor camps came in the news for all the wrong reasons. Though it was a blessing, I feel, because previously also we have been associated and we have seen the conditions in which they were living, and we struggled very hard to get attention to them, but they were not getting enough support. But because of pandemic, they got hygiene kits, they got sanitizations. We did a sanitization hygiene workshop with the Civil Defense and Ministry of Interior as well. So, but still, now when the pandemic and Eid parties, but I don't want them to feel that, we have forgotten them. So on 6th May, we are having a Eid celebration, especially for the workers and laborers. It's absolutely to make them feel that thank you for standing in the fight of COVID with us, because they played a huge role. We're giving them a platform to showcase their talent and have some experience of a, like she said, the special experience, that they feel very special and they feel loved and they feel part of it. Again, inclusiveness is something which I'm aiming at here. So these are the two main events that we have for workers' welfare. One is this and the annual day. Hopefully, we get enough donors and sponsors and supporters, and we will be able to do it.
I'm sure you will, because these are all very genuine concerns for the society, and in the true sense of having inclusiveness in every true sense, I really wish I had another show to continue the conversation with, but unfortunately we just have an hour. And the woman, tell us about your family, Suchita.
Well, my husband is here, and we've been in Bahrain since last 30 years
now.
So it is
more
it's
more
of a more of a home rather than India.
Where are you from in India?
I am from Rajasthan, Jaipur, born and brought up there. And my husband is native place is Rajasthan, but they moved to Delhi. The father moved to Delhi long time back, so he's from there. And that's it regarding my family.
Okay, and you, Shipra?
So I'm born and brought up majorly in Delhi, but I have lived in almost every part of India, in Hyderabad, Jaipur, Punjab, Rajasthan, Jaipur as well. So very multi-state and multi-regional person. And in Bahrain, it's been 13 years now, and happily married with 2 kids here. That's all about me.
Okay, and you, Sushmita?
I am basically from Karnataka. I've done my master's in psychology, started off working as a lecturer in a college back home. And then here in Bahrain, I've been here for last 23 years. And I have 2 kids. My daughter is 14 and a half years. And my son is just started working. He is 23. So pandemic, I haven't seen him for last 2.5 years. So hopefully this July, August, I will.
Great to hear from all of you mothers, wives. I know you have platterful at home, and yet you're finding time for these social causes. It's indeed great. And we heard this evening the needs of ILA beyond the glamour that we see. I always say women decked up in style, bold and beautiful, but definitely they're doing a lot out there, just as we heard, be it for the workers, the household helps, and all the more that beautiful vision for SNEHA, a villa for SNEHA. Let's hope that we achieve all these dreams. All the very best to Team 2022 at ILA and Shipra and the rest of the team. We look forward to hearing more initiatives coming up which would help empower, enrich, include, whatever, you name it.
Rediscover, innovate and grow.
Yes, I was about to say that. And finally, together. Let me conclude this evening. Would you like to have any wrapping comments as we come to the end of the show? Anything, Shipra?
So I would, on behalf of 2020-22 team, which is not just our executive committee, board members, the subcommittee coordinator, volunteers, on behalf of everybody in ILA who has worked in the past and who is currently also working, I want to, appeal to everybody that please come up with your questions directly to the association, and to, in any way your talent can be put to any purpose, your passion could be put to purpose, we will give you a way out. And in any way, you feel you can contribute to the society and you want a platform for that, please, you're most welcome to do service before self with Indian Ladies Association.
Thank you very much, lovely ladies. Thank you for joining us on Success Statements. And that was Team ILA, Shipra, Dhir, Passi, Suchita, Mandhana, and Sushmita, Vishwakoti joining us this evening. And as we heard, Team ILA is on a journey to rediscover. And as I said in the beginning, when women decide to do something, they do, and all they need is to lend a shoulder to each other. And we could hear from these lovely women how they have promised to be by the side of the others. And let's wish them all the very best. Advance Eid wishes as well to all our viewers. And this is Raji Unnikrishnan signing off. Good night.
The 16th branch of Megamart and Macromart supermarkets in Bahrain has opened in Sahla. The best offers are available to the customers at affordable rates. Everyone is welcome. During and around the opening day, a variety of fish including salmon, meat and dairy products, roastery, frozen items, food and non-food items, groceries, fruits and vegetables, electronics, garments and ready-to-eat food items are available to the customers at affordable rates. Hearty welcome to all. Megamart and Macromart, your favorite shopping destination.
NEC Remit. Send money online to India. Credit in seconds with great rates. Download NEC Remit app now.
The exclusive franchisee of Cochin Kala Bhavan in Bahrain. With over a decade of existence in Bahrain, exclusive online regular classes have started for classical dances, music vocal, instrumental music, cinematic dance, Kathak, Zumba body fitness, karate and yoga, drawing, arts and craft, children's theatre. For more information, please call 3909 6845, 3909 4806, 3885 2397, or visit www.bahrainmediacity.com. Since 2006, Magnum Imprint have been offering high standards of quality with our professional team that delivers all your advertising and promotional requirements efficiently and promptly. For more details, please contact 39887088 or 33856330 or 33